Hi, everyone. It's time to do Case 2 of the Great Ace Attorney. We're starting that today. Sorry for the delay. Would have done this last week, obviously, but I had to go to the doctor for things. It was a bit short notice, so there was not really a whole lot of helping it, unfortunately. But we're back now. We're gonna have a whole lot of fun. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Look at that crunchy ass boat. That fucking painterly filter.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern's shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
That's a snake, idiot. Get owned. That was a joke, by the way. No! Oh no! Not that! I forgot about the fucking text sound that makes it sound like I'm being shot repeatedly. Oh man.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery.
A locked room mystery?
In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle.
Patrick posted the $2. Me when I see a weird, when I see a snake, weird band, but
And
okay.
the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis.
Also
at the
Russian.
time.
Interesting.
This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message.
Huh.
In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.
Okay.
This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident, by the victim himself, I would venture.
And the
Well,
interesting.
what have we here?
What is he using there?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder. And in cabin locked from inside.
Ah, yes.
Wow, I love the heavy from
That
TF2.
mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you?
You,
Where have you come from?
this guy
I'm
in the
a British
fucking
consultant
sailor
detective, the
uniform
only
is so
one in
good.
the world. Herlock Sholmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
No, never. I've never heard that name before in my life, actually. Though you do remind me of another man named Sherlock Holmes. Are you related in some fashion? My head is throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. No. Asbestos. Or salt water, I don't know. Wait, I can't move. Okay. You're already in the fucking fucking doghouse again, huh, Ryunosuke? What the? Why am I in handcuffs? So, you wake up now, hmm? You? Oh, okay. It's one of the sailors.
We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are a true cold-blooded man.
You found me then.
Ah, we found you. And now you pay. Criminal! How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe, hmm?
Sorry. Ryunosuke, you don't need to go into the closet. It's okay. We all know. you don't need to do this.
Now you have been found. It's time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is, hmm?
No, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that? Oh, okay. Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Mr. Sato! Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Where is he? Where's Cosma? I swear to God, if I fucking said it as a joke last time, although it wasn't really a joke, but
Ha! You pretend you do not know? You are a wolf in sheep's pelt. You were the killer. Do not try to make excuses.
what? Cosma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. I fucking knew it! I told you that this motherfucker was gonna die! Yeah, in this very cabin. It was bolted shut from the inside. His body?
Please, do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep.
Cosmos dead? But he can't be! And these handcuffs. Surely you don't think that I have to know. Why did you take Cosmo-sama's life? Answer me, please! Hermie with the 2. R.I.P. Cosmo. At least he got to live an extra week. Yeah, the delayed stream gave him some more time. No. I'm not screaming. I'm not doing that right now. I don't want my neighbors to get scared. Not like they don't already, I suppose. Cosmo. It was just 2 short weeks ago. Yeah, it was actually 2 weeks ago. Well, no, I mean, well, or was it? I don't know. I don't have time. Don't bother me.
Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble?
Oh, wait, no, that wasn't Cosmo, that was Ryunosuke. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was going to die. Turns away slowly. Yes, I still can't quite believe that. Somebody is going to die. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you look. Hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we?
I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, it would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about the time that steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you'd better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. I tell you what, why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper? What? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together. We leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer? No, I'm not a murderer! Ta, you said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right! I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Susato-san. Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. There is something I would like to ask of you, too. Those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. And these handcuffs, they think I did it? They think I'm Cosmo's killer? When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. What? Or to put it another way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? This is impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me! The cause of death is still undetermined. They don't know how he died? The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert's been consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means there was no obvious external signs of injury then? That's true, yes. Okay. Can't anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Cosmo? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please. Whatever you say. You were here in the cabin after all. Yes, I was, but... He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far in this voyage. This morning, he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at his cabin door? I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of his crew. Of the crew, not his crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and we managed to get inside. There was Cosmo-sama, collapsed on the floor. The white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything that had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but That's just very hard to believe. This is all very hard to believe for me, too, trust me. Now I've told you everything that I know, so it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. My head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything. Why are you even on board this ship, Naruhodo-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. I had no idea.
I'm just imagining, like, Ryunosuke in the fucking wardrobe, like, cracking the door open very slightly to make sure that Cosmo's alone and being, like, holding out his hand, and Cosmo's like, huh, Ryunosuke? Oh, yes, and then just hands him, like, some, like, a pack of saltine crackers, then closes the door back. Like, see you in 24 hours, buddy. When it's feeding time again.
I had no idea. How could you have occupied Cosmo-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No! That would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Cosmo invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. He actually asked you? But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand.
Boggle with the $2. Hope you're doing well. I'm hanging in there. I'll put it that way.
Cosmo, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself. Well, yes, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it, I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the centre of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then what? Nothing. Forget it. Cosmo-sama he was always saying the same thing.
Man, it's always pretty heartbreaking to see people have to learn how to switch to the past tense. You know? It's something that's definitely a struggle. Yeesh.
That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Yes, maybe. Something is still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes then. It was darker than I've ever seen it before. Susato-san. I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from my stowing away on the ship, I mean. If I know Cosmo-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. That's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact. If you're not the culprit, then tell me, what happened last night here in the cabin? Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Cosmo brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself into the wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I fell asleep. Well, yes. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Cosmo-sama was killed? Well, yes. I know it sounds unbelievable, really. I do, but it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. For some reason, my head is still throbbing like anything. Really? Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's... Please, forget it. Susato-san, you have to believe me. I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you. The trouble is, there's no one else who could have possibly done this. Cosmo, I don't understand. Why did this have to happen? Ugh, I can't take this! Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. You can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry. Cosmo was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. But now I'm supposed to just sit around? My hands tied while whoever did this walks free? No! I can't allow that to happen! Well, what do you propose to do then? I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Cosmo's life, and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. Hi, yeah! Just bap! Fucking laid out. What the... That was a Susato takedown. A Susato what? What martial art form is that? I'm going to need you to prove it. Sorry? Prove it? Yes, your innocence. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to... Have you forgotten already? What you achieved just a few weeks ago was you successfully defended yourself in a court of law. I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime.
My badge! Someone stick this over the door of the wardrobe for me. It says keep out in Japanese, so I'm not sure the Russian can actually read it. Oh. You can see the remnants of the glue we used to stick this over the wardrobe doors. Although it wasn't proper glue, of course, we didn't have any of that with us. So I pulverized some rice into a paste to use instead. But to a stowaway like me, every single grain of rice represents precious rations. That's why I spread it as thinly as I possibly could. I couldn't bear to waste any. This is the paper seal I wrote for the wardrobe. I remember really working hard to make it. But I'll never forget how Cosmo reacted. Do you expect the Russian crew to be able to read that? He said. Still, I was sure people would get the idea, even if they couldn't read it. So we used it anyway. And it worked. I don't know if the crew thought it was creepy or what, but no one opened the doors. Yeah, so that should be, like, decent proof, because if it still kind of, like, shows the adhesive residue and all that, it would mean that it was not opened until he was pulled out afterward.
Yes!
Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe, was this piece of paper stuck over the door? Oh, yes it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Cosmo always put it in place whenever I went to sleep there, just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Cosmo. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Cosmo-sama thought so highly of you. Thank you, Susato-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up? Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here at least. Thank you. So, you finally believe me? I'm sorry. No. What? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. What does she think I am, a magician? For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. Alright. Let's get to work, Susato-san. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh. I shall be watching you, to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Right. Well, anyway, I should make a start on investigating in here. Examine everything I can. Cosmo, I swear, I'll avenge your death. Alright. So, let's take a look around here. What is this? It's my dinner from last night. Roast chicken. It was really tasty. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But, did you eat it on the floor here? Not a dog, Susato-san. I ate at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. But Cosmo-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me. Oh no! Does that mean Cosmo-sama spent his last night on Earth with an empty belly? It's just too horrible. Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Oh dear, that won't do. Oh, what's the matter, Susato-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused. I forget to look around properly. Yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruhodo-san? Man, I wish I had some chicken. Me too! I made some pretty good chicken last night, though. I had a pretty good time with that. Felt pretty proud of myself. I'm sure you're careful to look around using... Aren't you? What are you talking about? Now, let's investigate all corners of this cabin. Yes, let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. Alright. There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason. Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute. What is it? That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Cosmos. No! That's Cosmo-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it. Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on his trip. I suppose that just shows how important it was to him. Now he's gone. I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. Seigi, the Japanese word for justice. Brushstrokes are straight and true, just like Cosmo. Well, I don't know about that! Yes, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his heart. Yet can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can! I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Even though you stowed away on this ship? Now you're going to bring that up, are you? I can't win. Literally got him with the fucking, actually, technically, you are a criminal. Just so you know. Perhaps I should see what this Russian crewman makes of the scene of the crime. Excuse me. What? I was wondering how it's going. The investigation, I mean.
Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes, but it's not true, I see.
Sorry?
A criminal asking investigator for information about his crime. Very funny.
Oh, it wasn't supposed to be a joke. He doesn't appear to be laughing either. He's convinced you're guilty. You might have useful information. I have to keep trying. So, last night, did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
Yet, of course not. I'll go back to corner of room and make silent. I say no more to you.
Did I hit a nerve? Just for a minute there, he seemed a little flustered.
Okay. Interesting. What's on the wall here? Oh my god, the cursor is so sensitive.
These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS
Why was that so hard to say in a British accent?
It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
What? Why are you staring at me?
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? I can't decide.
Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. What's this little fragment down here? What do you think this is? Looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two.
Glass is such a beautiful colour. It looks like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit.
I'm not sure that sounds like Cosmo. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him. Would he?
And the mark beside it. What is it, I wonder? There's a sort of brick-like hue.
Yes, you're right. It's the colour of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same colour anywhere else in the cabin. The books have fallen over on the shelf, look. They've all toppled the same way.
And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well.
Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked. And everything mown down at once.
I wonder if... Perhaps it was Cosmo-sama doing his morning sword training, do you think?
I seriously doubt it.
Then perhaps... It was you, Naruhodo-san, in a fit of rage.
I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue.
The way these things have been thrown about to have anything to do with the case, I wonder? Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess.
No, you're interfering with the scene! Okay, let's check the case.
It's a very large travelling case, isn't it?
Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me.
Memories? What do you mean?
Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case.
Ah, yes. I see it says "this way up" in Japanese.
Which, in hindsight, I should have realised the foreign crewmen wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over. I was tossed on the floor in here.
Oh dear. Being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds.
Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. Okay. Okay, well, I guess we'll just look at this then. Did Cosmo write that before he died? It looks like it's written in ink.
He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage.
Ah, yes, Repepo. I know it's not English text, but it is funny to read it like it could be.
Oh, Cosmo-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it.
I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, was he?
I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san.
What?
Then what language is it? It pains me to admit it, but I don't know.
It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with.
What does it mean,
I wonder? Perfect Russian. I know. I'm a very multifaceted person. Bet you didn't know that I knew Russian. It's a secret that I've been holding on to.
This is where dear Cosmo-sama would have sat whenever he was writing.
London Diary. And Cosmo didn't even make it to his destination. Looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means... what? Was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. Could be a valuable clue.
Hiya! That's out of the question! What? Cosmo-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? What if he wrote about how much he likes me? All right. I won't read it.
Says Maya, actually. Actually, they ripped out the last page of Magnifique Grammary's diary.
Oh, Cosmo-sama.
I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? This chair. Sorry. Memories.
It's some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san?
I think living isn't quite the right description.
Oh, no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting, making this voyage in your own secret hideout.
Trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception.
But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin.
No, sadly not.
This is... yes. It's a bell cord contraption, I think.
What do you mean, contraption?
I read about it in a book that I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants.
Really? That sounds almost magical. Summon servants, you say? Do you mean of the saber class, or maybe of the rider class?
No. I'm talking about fucking... God. Stupid nerd.
Shall we give it a little try?
Yes. In the interests of cultural research, obviously.
I'm just like imagining Susato like, oh, okay, well if you say I can go, like, and just like shaking the bell back and forth. Yay!
I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people.
No, I'm sure it's just that everyone's busy, that's all. They summon Gil. No, please don't summon Gilgamesh. Not now, not ever, but not now especially. What is this, mongrels? Oh god! Who is this golden man? He's very flashy.
I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin.
Isn't that a little odd?
What do you mean?
Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin.
Yes, it would appear to. You're right.
But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. That's true. Perhaps it's so that the rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough. Something like that. I suppose. Maybe that's it. What are you doing? Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he... Just looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Get off of there! It looks like he's fucking slumped over dead on it. You've noticed the man too, have you? I've no idea who he is or how he got in here. He looks suspicious. Tall. Suspiciously tall. Naruhodo-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? Well, no. Don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. Is he investigating Cosmo's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, you simply must talk with him. Am I just imagining it, or does Susato-san look almost uncontrollably excited? By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case, if you press A on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them. I can what? Huh? What do you mean? I just go up and talk? Don't worry about it. Alright then. I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, please do. Alright. Excuse me? Excuse me! Do you have a moment? Shh! This is a critical point in my investigation. Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Sholmes is like, I'm stuck in this position. Please, for the love of God, help me. My bones, they're locked into place. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best. Greetings! I hope I haven't kept you long. What exactly were you doing on Cosmo's desk just now? Galadom Glade 2944 with the $2. Meet the smartest dumbass you'll ever meet. Oh boy, okay, great. Here we go. Ah, I see. Fascinating. Sorry? What do you see? Feels like he's looking right through. Oh yes, everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry? What? And now, whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true. That's true, at least. But how? How the deuce did I know that? That? It was really a most elementary deduction. Hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? Of course, a great many things. There's no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you fled your native land of Russia, being as you're a merciless revolutionary. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. And the be-ribboned occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the fact beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives those eyes. These eyes. Just to be clear, you are
talking about me, are you?
Yes, I do remember Shervin Fates said, you've been to Afghanistan is actually the first Holmes deduction. He tells it to Watson in the books. I do remember that, not because I have read it, but because I remember watching, I believe it's in the first episode of Detective Conan, Shinichi, who is a fucking massive Holmes nerd, and fucking hyperfixates on Sherlock Holmes and never stops fucking talking about it, deduces something about like this woman's like being in like gymnastics because of some like marks on her body or whatever, like on her calves and like her hands and stuff, and then he's like, he compares it to the whole thing with like, you know, oh yeah, Holmes was able to tell that Watson had been to Afghanistan just from blah blah blah. So I remember that. And yes, that is why his alter ego is called Conan, because he took it from Mr. Arthur Conan Doyle, obviously. And Edogawa from Edogawa Rampo. Oh, detective fiction.
Certainly I am. What is this pose you're doing? Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name? I don't even see one person who fits the bill. So it's true.
It doesn't surprise me that Takumi is a big Holmes fan.
It was you who did this to Cosmo-sama. What? And you're plotting a revolution, too! It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked. No, listen, there's no way I... Hiya! Now explain yourself! Tell me everything! This is ridiculous.
It's like the music lead out with the fade out just made it like, you know, oh god, I can't remember the fucking, no, it's escaped my mind now. It reminded me of like a fucking game over screen from some game, but I can't remember it now. Maybe I was thinking about the Zelda game over screens. I can't remember though.
How could you do it? For pity's sake, open your eyes! I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously! Oh, forgive me. And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head! Ah, but was I not right? Whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troubling predicament, do you not? Well, yes, maybe. Huh. There you have it, you see. What do you make of that? Well, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it might have been Breath of the Wild. The baconing with the two. My friend is dead, and I'm in clown world. Yeah. Every time one of my dear friends dies, I am forcibly transported to clown world. I hate when that happens. Open the door, see my friend's corpse. Fuck! Clown world again!
This ship is en route to England. I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So I'm not really sure you could call it deduction. It's more plain observation. Indeed, an observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method's founded upon the observation of trifles, you see, and as my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right. I don't think you introduced yourself. Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I'm none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Sherlock Holmes, but they won't let me say that, so I have to say Herlock Sholmes for copyright reasons. So, it's really you? The actual Herlock Sholmes? The very same. The inimitable, actual Herlock Sholmes. Do you know this man, Susato-san? The most famous detective in the world? Naruhodo-san, of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. plan is how I've been living on then. We must ask him what he's deduced. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Indeed, I'm none other than the one and only Herlock Sholmes. Oh, I see. You're German? Herlock, was it?
Oh, yeah, Herlock, yeah, yeah, see, I understand.
No, I have no hair. I mean, I have hair. Please, call me Sholmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication. Oh,
Actually, I can't remember. Somebody who's a little bit more Holmes-pilled than me, is this an actual reference to the original, publication that, that Doyle wrote in, or am I not thinking of, like, or am I just thinking of something completely unrelated and getting it mixed up in my head? The Strand. Okay, yes. Awesome. That's cute. That's cute.
Oh yes, Rant's magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially. Ah, yes. Here it is. Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, which,
Yeah, the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, obviously.
So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories, then? Indeed I am. And you've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think you really are a detective? Make no mistake, I'm not the poor deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward. Backward? My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine. You have a biographer? Do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? Oh, bad news about that! I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy as of late. By this very moment, I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Really? Can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not.
Oh, okay, interesting. I knew that obviously they called him Sherlock Holmes in the original, but the fact that they also just used Strand without the name change, that's pretty interesting. I wonder what the whole thing with that is. I can't remember. Like, I didn't look into the reasons why the localization did what it did here, but like, Sherlock Holmes is public domain. Right? But so like, I don't know if it's something like there's a very particular rule from Doyle's estate on like depictions or whatever. But yeah, I don't know.
Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form.
Oh, it wasn't at the time? Sherlock is, but the later stories are not. Okay, I see. 5 stories were still under copyright when this came out. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
A science? Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin, all these things are data. Right. A trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can he look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have a turn both for observation and for deduction. And fame. That's what makes me the one and only, Herlock Sholmes. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything? My dear fellow.
Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Ah, I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him.
The Doyle estate claimed that any warm or sympathetic Holmes was only in those 5 stories, so they sued anyone who made him slightly emotional. That's fucking crazy. What? Honestly, like, I think copyright law is pretty stupid in most ways, honestly, but, like, to a certain extent, if you're gonna have quibbles with public domain shit, like, I guess it kind of makes sense to have, like, when it comes to, like, maybe certain designs or stuff, like, this version of the character in design is from this earlier story, but, like, oh, but he didn't get his signature hat until, you know, the 3rd story, like, 5 years later or whatever. Like, that sort of thing is, like, I sort of understand it, even if I think it's dumb. Like, I understand the concept of it. Characterization is, really stupid. Because isn't the point of public domain supposed to be that you're able to take the concept or character or whatever and, like, do whatever you want with it in that way and, like, elaborate on it in different manners? So, like, I don't know. Having a Holmes with a certain type of characteristic, like, emotion-wise is very, and having that be off the table for copyright reasons is, really fucking stupid. I
became anxious about Cosmosummer this morning. I summoned all of the crew members to force the cabin door open.
I concealed myself among their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime.
You do want to know about the reference. Maurice LeBlanc tried to put Sherlock Holmes into one of his Arsène Lupin books. The estate threatened him with suing, so he just changed the S. That's funny. That's very funny.
Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Herlock Sholmes was on board. And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, 2 facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh, really? 2 facts, you say?
Yeah, Citrus Red said the Doyle estate has a lot of weirdly strict rules regarding the image of Sherlock. I thought I remembered that being the case because it's like, you know, obviously Holmes is treated as such a big deal when it comes to, like, cultural export from England. It's kind of, like, regarded as one of their most, like, you know, important, like, canon contributions to literature and all that. So while I don't necessarily agree with them being sticklers about it, like, I guess I kind of understand where they're coming from in certain respects.
Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. What 2 facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning?
Ah, yes. First, just be precise.
2 facts in question were immediately apparent to me.
Yes, I understand. But what were they? Allow me to elucidate. I just need you to know how smart I am. Please, I just need you to know how smart I am.
The Baconing with the 5. I like the name because it's easier to talk about Herlock than having to say Ace Attorney Sherlock, and it fits because he's a bit goofy. Yeah, I kind of see that, honestly. I was starting to think that too, where I'm like, you know, this guy is kind of like, not dumb, but like, but also kind of dumb. So it feels fitting to have it be slightly off.
2 facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1. Cameron was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance.
Oh, hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian?
Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor.
Repay Bob.
That is the Russian word for wardrobe.
Do you really think Cosmosummer could have left a dying message in Russian?
In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. This young man, Russian. Kozma. Was Russian? Was he? Initially, I considered Gardrob may be the name of the killer. A certain Robert Gard, perhaps. But in the interests of thoroughness, I decided it'd be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least. Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly. Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! I know that you're making a reference to the Nox rule, but we cannot say that word, Millen! We cannot say that! That is in fact an ethnic slur. Yeah. Sorry, I just had to snipe that real quick. Quite so. I found you. The renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. If my memory serves, that outfit's the traditional dress of the Russian people. Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. Though I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim and the Russian. I was reading the chat at the same time and just mixed up the words. I hate when I do that. I took a photograph of the victim and the message, but I might analyze it for possible hidden details. I mean, the message is Russian though, so I guess I wasn't technically wrong. I know you were just quoting it. I wasn't like saying that you were, you know, I understand that you were just quoting the thing. Even if we are quoting the slur, we shouldn't say the slur. That's just what I'm getting at. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Yes, Cosmo had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this. You are right, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes, thank you. Can I ask you something, Mr. Shanks? What, pray? You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all of that. Ah, yes, a train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think? Yeah. I don't know how that's pronounced, I'm sorry. I would look it up if I had the time. Certainly, been interested too. How many times... I'm not Russian, and I don't speak Russian. Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded about me, I mean. I wonder how they handle, Actually, is there a Russian translation of this game? I was gonna say, I wonder how they would handle that joke, if the entire script was in Russian. Konechno? Okay, I see. I think I got that right from the way you spelled it anyway. Ah, and a famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in. Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part. Ah, yes, more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. There are no Russian translations for any Ace Attorney games officially, but they've been translated by fans. I see. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads... Revolutionary... Is it... Oh, villain. Duh. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday. Last night, a Russian was murdered. Since when was Cosmo a Russian?
It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Cosmo-sama wrote on the floor.
It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered.
Also, yeah, the Bolshevik. Villain Bolshevik. Jesus Christ, guys.
Yes, you. Villain Bolshevik.
No. How could it be me? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face.
Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learnt to revolutionize your appearance as well.
Please.
And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more?
Well, that's because I'm a stowaway. What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower?
Ah, yes. The journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all of those particulars in the article. Deeds the man's perpetrated thus far and those he's plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There could be no mistake.
Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder?
And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolsheviks recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan. Where even is it, anyway? This Afghanistan place. Here, take the paper for yourself. As a little memento of this great deduction. Oh, thank you. I've absorbed all that is of interest to me within its pages. I see no rubbish bin nearby.
Your article about the revolutionaries been entered in court record. Oh, you know, there's no trash can around. We'll just stuff it into your pockets. That's about as good.
And they find the article on the back page of interest as well.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give that a look.
This is interesting.
Have you found something relevant, Naruhodo-san?
Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting.
I can't read a single word, I'm afraid.
No, nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess. Do you think?
She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you?
I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. Ah, glad you've noticed this article.
Ah!
Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Oh, thank you. Pops up everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes. It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova. A Russian name so hard to remember. It would appear that the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room. Wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured. It's worth some 20,000 rubles. Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles?
I have no idea, but I'm quite sure it must be an unbelievable sum of money.
Susato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. The tiara is the property of the Novovich Ballet. It seemed the director's beside herself with worry. Yes, I'm not surprised. The company's most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They've requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain.
Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country?
It does seem to be the Russian thing to do.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo.
A Russian thing to do? What are you fucking talking about? Ryunosuke? Okay. It's not checked off.
So according to what Mr. Sholmes told us before,
this article's about a dancer from a Russian ballet company who's disappeared for some reason.
yes, a prima ballerina called Nikolina Pavlova. She went missing from her dressing room whilst the company was performing in Shanghai.
It
tiara she was wearing at the time appears to be a very valuable piece of jewellery.
Was it? 20,000 rubles?
Yes, I have no idea how much that really is, but I feel sure you'd be given a change from that amount, even after buying all the cakes in the cake shop.
Her imagination was really running away with her.
Now, in order to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara, the company's requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain.
Okay. Anyway. Back. Cast your eyes over it sometime if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret. It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. There might be a picture or two. Before we started talking, you were examining Cosma's desk, weren't you? Cosma? Ah, yes, the victim.
Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all?
Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. London diary. Cosma was keeping notes of the trip. Ah, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. Tragic. That's something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you've read it already? It's my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, I see. Well, I'm about to know what a Susato takedown is. Susato-san? Aren't you going to throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns?
I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san. What on earth do you mean?
Life is so unfair.
What? I don't do that. I've never heard of that before.
Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim. It appeared that the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what's the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to details.
Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese?
A smattering, dear boy. A smattering. Sayonara, Bonsai, Mikado, Nado. I trust you're suitably impressed. This diary is littered with complicated-looking characters, of which I can read precisely none. So, what was all that showing off about before then?
If you would be so kind as to show me, I'd be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm much obliged, my dear madam.
The final entry here in Cosma Summer's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. You can hear a faint whistling sound.
A whistling sound? It's a very deep waters. Pray, go on.
The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. It looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
A speckled band? What on earth does that mean?
I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before.
Ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So, I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least.
Do you have somewhere to go?
As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. If I am too long, the seasickness takes hold.
Oh, I suppose you're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to?
Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation and crave mental exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps that we could go with you? No, that would be somewhat complicated. What? But why? A simple glance at your wrists should reveal the answer. Oh, these. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No, there's no point trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. You must be joking! You just said it! Only a moment ago! Dear me, you're clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing.
Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too.
You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said that you had the face of a criminal, you know. Not, really. So what, looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you're the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. I was just being plain rude. I fucking love this guy. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name.
Naruhodo-san, what are you just standing there for? We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well.
Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way I can— Hiya!
After Cosmo-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just going to roll over and accept your fate?
As if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door.
Good idea.
The situation doesn't look good for me. There are still things I can do to help myself. But I owe it to Cosmo to do everything I can to find a way out of this. Bring the real culprit to justice.
Kind of want to see, do we have a profile for Sholmes yet? We do. Okay. Not a person in the world who hasn't heard of this famous great detective. Not a person except me, apparently. He's 34?! God. Also, I didn't realize that Susato was so young. Huh. Interesting. Cosmo's 23. Huh. Character design. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, we already looked at that. Anything we should look at before we go? I don't think so. I think we're all good. 34 is like 63 in anime years. Isn't he like the same age as Gregory Edgeworth? Oh my god, you're right, I think he is.
This so-called detective, I've been even more stuck inside this cabin than I was before. For the time being, I suppose I'll just have to focus my efforts on investigating in here. Excuse me.
What?
I was wondering if I could ask you a favor.
NezumiVA stream on one monitor, State of the Union on the other. You could not fucking pay me to watch the goddamn State of the Union right now. I would... Oh my god. Jesus. Anyway.
Would you mind if I investigated a little outside?
Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes. It is not true, I see.
Sorry?
The criminal asking prison guard to help him escape? Very funny.
We're in the middle of the sea. There's no chance of me escaping.
Yet, you stay in this cabin until next port. It is up to Hong Kong police to decide what they do with you. You stay.
All right. There's no point trying to appeal to this man's better nature, that's for sure.
I've seen a post on Twitter being worried that Toby Fox is gonna die before he finishes Deltarune because he's 34 ancient. That's so fucking crazy. Like, Jesus. Yeah, once you hit 30, you get unimaginable back pain and then you die instantly. Huh? So, you know, I hope you guys enjoy the last 6 months you have left with me. There's nothing doesn't really look like there's anything we haven't looked at. Okay. Wait. I guess this.
When I went for help and the crewman forced the door open. This bolt had been firmly closed.
It's quite a small bolt, not particularly sturdy, and it just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, if the door bolted, there'd be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. She glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel, the culprit using a needle and a thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this.
Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frames are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. There'd be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid.
She glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. Oh, look over there.
Crewman, do you mean? He wasn't there before, was he?
That's what I thought.
Why don't we try talking to him?
Probably because I'm likely to get yelled at again. But I suppose I could try.
No, I see who this guy is. At least I feel like I'm not mistaken.
Is that?
Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san?
Oh, no, it's just that crewman's standing by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before.
Okay, yeah, I was right.
Oh yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir!
Yes? What can I do for you?
Yep.
I recognize that face, but it can't be.
It is! I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga!
Hello again.
What are you doing here?
I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped.
It nearly stopped, I hope. Nearly stopped, I hope.
I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board this ship.
Then? You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector.
If there's anything I could do to help you, please ask. Never expected to see this man on board. But perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. So, what are your special orders this time, Inspector?
Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew?
I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. It was Minister of Justice Jigoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated.
Hi, Kirabees. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Assassinated? How could that even have been a possibility?
I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. As Minister Jigoku said, we should be prepared for all eventualities.
Also, Minister Jigoku? Like, Jigoku, like hell? The minister from hell?
This is incredible.
I don't believe it. Cosmo-sama was assassinated?
Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew.
I see.
And I didn't take my eyes off of him the entire time we've been on board. Morning until night. Every day. But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin. Not here on the first-class deck.
What the hell was that noise? Are there children playing outside? I don't know if you guys heard that.
I failed miserably at my assignment. Asogi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Inspector. So, if there's anything at all that I can do to help now, say the word. We're doing what we can to investigate Cosmo's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer?
Of course not!
We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door.
Yes.
Oh, yes. So we need to be allowed out of this cabin.
I'm sorry.
What?
You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move to even touch the handle of the cabin door, the squirmy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two.
I suppose.
Not just a stowaway now. I think I'm a murderer as well. Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive.
What do you mean?
If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to. But I don't see how.
Well, hold on. I think the diary would probably work, since it links to the vent.
There may be a way.
What? Really?
Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san, by presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession.
Evidence?
It's just the same as when you're in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select the present panel and choose some evidence that Inspector Hosonaga could use.
So, evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright. Yes, I think I might know what we can use. Let's see if I can present the detective with the evidence he needs to persuade the captain. What's that?
Yeah!
It's Cosmo's diary.
Just before he died, Cosmo-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary.
Strange? In what way?
He wrote, what looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Ooh, this is a good theme.
Speckled band. That is strange. Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is... Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it?
You're very astute, Inspector.
That ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabin. That's right. So if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain's given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you.
Really? You're willing to do that?
Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though.
But what about the captain?
Aren't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I've failed to keep Asogi-san safe. It's the least I can do.
Thank you. Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. Just select move and we can leave this cabin at last.
Move. Alright, let's see what we can find out.
Alright. The fucking mousetrap? Ooh, look, cheese! No, Naruhodo-san, no!
Phew. Finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. And this is the most luxurious accommodation. Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in Steerage.
Really? That must be awful. Oh, look over there. It's another crewman keeping watch. He looks enormous, even if he is sitting down.
The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't.
I suppose. Like people in handcuffs?
Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. You've been at sea for 2 weeks already.
Well, yes, I know. But the thing is, I was inside Cosmo's trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe.
It must have been a very trying time for you.
Please, don't give me that pitying look.
Well, before we go to the other thing, let's look around a little bit.
This looks like a plan of the SS Buria. Shows each deck, look.
Buria is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering.
Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean?
Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san.
It is?
Well, consider the Japanese archipelago.
The islands of Japan?
Yes, they're not metal, but they're enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than this ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them.
Well, I suppose so.
Have you ever heard of iron lung?
It's a huge book on top of the table there. There's a pen next to it.
Yes, it looks like the ship's log.
By the way, I do just want to say, I did put up that VOD compilation of all the funniest moments from that Monokuma VR Iron Lung stream that we did a couple weeks ago. It is not performed very well, unfortunately, so if you haven't seen it, please give it a watch.
Shall we have a little look through it?
The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded.
I expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. And nothing. No reaction at all. Perhaps you might appreciate the compliment.
I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruhodo-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log's mostly blank.
Presumably that means there was nothing to report.
Hermie with the 5. Susato and Ryunosuke have one brain cell that they take turns with. Affectionate. Well, what do you have to say, buddy?
Excuse me, but could I ask you something?
You little stowaway murderer!
That wasn't a good start, was it? Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you?
You little third-class lady's maid?
Oh. I seem to have caught the sailor on a bad day, Susato-san.
I'm not sailor. My mother gave me name. I am Senior Crewman Biff Stroganoff.
Fucking beef stroganoff, are you fucking serious?
Phew. Best thing's just to avoid eye contact, I think. Mr. Stroganoff, about this first-class cabin area.
Here we are in finest part of Buria steamship for very important persons.
What sort of very important persons?
Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret, many important persons. That is why I'm always guarding this place.
Gosh, that's amazing.
Somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in ocean. But Stroganoff is not animal.
Thank you? If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's currently occupied?
Duh.
Susato-san, did you understand that? It sounded like da. I think it's probably Russian for yes. Or no. Genius.
It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation.
Well, it sounds like there's somebody in the next door cabin at least. Yes, it's tantalizing.
Evoke 7347 with the 2. I love beef stroganoff.
Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's?
His name is Mr. Grimesby Loylott. He is a very important Western gentleman.
Mr. Grimesby Roylott? Grimesby? That's such a slimy sounding name. I'm Grimesby. It sounds like you're a fucking, like, gremlin. Oh, it's pronounced Grimsby? Okay, that makes sense. Still, just the way that it's spelled is very funny. I'm Grimesby. Oh, that one is straight from Sherlock Holmes. Interesting. I didn't know that. That's a name from the actual Speckled Band story. Ah, okay, cool. It's a really funny name. I'm sorry, I just can't get over it.
Western gentleman.
Do not think about it. It has nothing to do with murder of student boy.
How can you be so sure about that?
Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East Islands.
That was harsh.
Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard?
That is not your business.
Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Cosmo's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there. Well, presumably, since this gentleman's occupying one of the first-class cabins, it must be rather important. Is that right?
That is not your business.
Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff?
Duh, all time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out.
I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all?
It is sad about student boy.
Were you on watch last night as well?
Of course.
And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual?
Hit!
Susato-san, did you understand that? It was clearly a no.
I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all.
And you didn't hear any strange noises? Since anything was wrong in some way?
Okay, it was Niet. Gotcha. It was just very funny to me that it looked like it said het, and I'm just like, that's not what no, I don't think so.
I said no!
Sorry. Not so sure. Could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there.
This is enough. I cannot say more now.
Oh,
It's time for me to report to Captain. You must report to cabin.
yes, alright.
Bulkhead to second-class areas staying locked at all times. Escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain. Or as English say, when the pigs fly.
Yes, I understand.
Good. Now we can investigate this area properly. Shall we?
Definitely.
Oh wait, why are we going? Shit, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
Whoopsie!
I guess we have to examine the door. I just assumed that we could just move in there, but
This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to.
Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging.
Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask.
Yoo-hoo! No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries.
How annoying.
what about the rats?
Ah, a trap for catching mice.
Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan.
Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait. Let me see. Ah, yes, I think that's what's called cheese. It's made from the milk of cows.
Cheese? I wonder what that tastes like.
You can't eat it, Naruhodo-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers.
Really? But, I suppose you're right.
He literally wanted it! I was right!
You weren't actually going to try it, were you?
All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Cosmo's leftovers. Don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe.
Or you. I'll find a little snack for you later.
What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it?
That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it.
Oh, an alarm.
It says, press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship. It brings the vessel to a complete stop.
Oh, I guess I have to see.
What are you doing, Naruhodo-san? You mustn't touch it!
But this is an emergency situation! Just look at these handcuffs!
You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation.
I wish everything would just stop. This ship included.
Work Laser, thank you for renewing your channel membership. 30 months. Goddamn.
If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else.
What was that? It came from inside the cabin.
Such a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman.
I didn't know. So
Stand aside!
Oh, okay, it's Chums.
I'm about to break the door down.
Mr. Sholmes!
I shan't be stopped. And if it's on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges.
Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes.
Of course Jane shows up as soon as Sholmes is on screen, by the way.
The door doesn't appear to be bolted.
It doesn't? Then how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick?
think we should go in.
Oh, I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief.
Redditive filth, let's go. Oh, hey.
Who are you?
Western gentleman? This man looks Russian to me.
Oh, okay, so you're not speaking in a Russian accent, I see.
We heard a woman scream.
Woman? Don't be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin.
True. This old man doesn't appear to be the only person in here. But in that case, who just screamed?
Get out, all of you, now!
Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsby Roylott, I believe?
Oh, okay, so I should be going for British accent here.
Yes, that's me. And you are? I'm the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholmes. You've heard of me, no doubt?
No.
I'm a great detective among great detectives, one who adorns the covers of popular magazines, no less. So I assure you, you must trust me completely. The man uses that magazine like a business card. A detective? Well, I do not trust detectives. We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. So, might I be so bold as to ask you to open that small travelling case?
What? Don't be stupid! How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that?
Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Travelling inside one's trunk. Don't look at me.
Oh my, did you see that, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, the case just shook.
We can't delete our own comments as mods anymore? That's fucking weird. I don't know why they would make it like that. YouTube changing features that nobody fucking asked for, as usual.
Leave, now! Otherwise I'll call the steward!
So, this is Cosmo's neighbour, Mr. Grimsby Roylott. There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something.
I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns.
Mr. Roylott, we'd like to talk to you about something.
No,
Oh,
do not want to talk. Leave my cabin now!
this is going terribly. Not getting anywhere here. I agree. There may be someone else who can help.
Why are you doing that? Why does he keep doing this?
Perhaps that great detective could get someone with Mr. Roylott.
Okay, well, before we even try to talk to him anymore, let's just get Sholmes on this.
Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes?
You need only address me as Sholmes. That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there? Why, I was resting, of course.
Resting?
Indeed. I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe, whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time. That you would need to call my great powers of deduction into service.
Oh,
And it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. Am I mistaken? Well, no, actually, you're spot on. For once. Observe closely. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. And do you know what's the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Why? The truth, of course.
What? Do you know an effective method against a Russian? The truth. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I would think that applies to all people with secrets.
Now, it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for clarifying.
Right. You imagine imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed. Would you like to witness it?
Oh yes, please.
Now then, what you're about to see may well astound you. I'm about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Ahem. Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you?
What?
From time to time, it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness? I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you, or anyone.
That's right. And Mr. Sholmes? I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read, it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment.
Shh! You must have complete silence.
What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that?
Ah, just as I thought. Yes, I've quite made up my mind now. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I've reached two incontrovertible conclusions.
What do you mean?
Number one, your true identity is that of a villain. Using those shears, you're about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not? And number two, for the conclusion I've drawn, you are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension. Do you realize you've been discovered? Does it not?
Oh, Naruhodo-san! Never imagined I'd witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes.
That's a great deduction.
Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person.
What? That's ineffable. What ineffable twaddle?
Oh yes, I've read about it countless times in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. Now I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand. This is like a dream come true.
I can hardly believe it, but all the colour is drained from Mr. Roylott's face. Looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right.
How could you?
How could I possibly know such things, you wish to say? Very well then. I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So I do cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together.
Yo! Stylish.
Old man's identity.
My identity.
The SpongeBob. So, the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylott, obviously what catches the eye in the first place. Is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. We're on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard on your sport. Now, moving on. The question then begged is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott? Once again, the answer is plain. Give clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper. In particular, fascinating front-page article. Which, it would appear, you've read also, Mr. Roylott. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. In translation, the headline reads, "Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai." As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You were the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand. Now, as for my second conclusion, you are at this very moment on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of the crime, over there. Oh yes, Mr. Roylott. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. And I assure you, the eye speaks so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. Proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that travelling case. It's time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare.
No, I refuse!
What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, a young lady, perhaps, one slight enough to fit therein.
Don't be absurd!
And what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the travelling case? Dear me, we're not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless
whale? I actually don't know how you would say that.
betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your travelling case can be equally found in the pages of this newspaper. For there is another most stimulating article.
Ah, I see.
If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai.
I don't know if I think she could fit in there, though. That seems a bit much.
Such a headline can lead us to but only one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction.
Kudeoel? Kudeoel? Yeah.
And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. As concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma. Elemensky.
Susato-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it?
Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow.
Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come over here for a moment? Pray, what can I do for you? It's about your deductions. Would you mind? Not at all. Go on. Well, to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing like each other. Ah, yes, I recall a discussion earlier. At the time, I believe I told you. But the man is a revolutionary. Well, able to revolutionize his own appearance.
In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylott does look more like this man than you do.
That's not the point.
And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina.
Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman.
Not just at first glance, it is too small, clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child into that case, even if you pushed really hard. I don't suppose the missing ballerina's a 5-year-old child, is she?
You mean you don't know? Oh, the young lady's 15. No, I didn't. How could I?
Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from that case.
The baconing went to 5. Are there toilets in the cabins? What did Ryunosuke do when he had to go? Believe in your dreams.
Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain liveness in their bodies. Vinegar? For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of the small case.
Oh dear. You might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes.
This whole thing is turning into a circus.
Mr. Naruhodo, something has occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of the matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seems a little off.
Your idea of a little may be a little off itself, Miss Usato.
It's just one or two key words in his deductions that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think?
Switch some key words in his deductions.
Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction.
Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind. This matters a lot of work. At times I wonder how anyone puts up with me. It's not that funny. Ah, and you, my good fellow. Sorry? Take a moment to look at your wrists. My wrists?
Where are your handcuffs?
Huh? How did... I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction. I don't believe it.
Mr. Sholmes, you're a marvel.
And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we're finished. I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this. So, let us begin. Sherlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular.
You know, like, the level of, like, projected confidence versus, like, the actual ineptitude in some areas kind of makes me, like, when I'm thinking of Sholmes, it makes me think of fucking Reagan from Mob Psycho a little bit.
So, the dubious-looking Russian Mr. Roylott, obviously what catches the eye in the first place is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beer juice.
I'm not sure. Do you really use shears like that to cut off a beard?
I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me, though.
It doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either.
Which means, I suppose, that the deduction is wrong.
Let's try to switch a key word here, Naruhodo-san, and see if it helps matters.
Alright, but how?
I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylott. I wonder if it's really his beard that he intended to use those shears on.
Exactly. We do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deduction better. Then what?
Then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruhodo-san.
Hold on, my chair's getting caught on something. Oh,
I see.
yeah, don't get caught on that. Don't get caught on the power strip. That would be bad. For a variety of reasons. Okay.
Why am I the one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we would even use to switch around in that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Roylott really going to use those enormous shears for?
Copious beard. Master 30006 with the 5. I love that Sholmes is smart enough to be a detective, yet clueless enough that the player gets to participate in deductions. No, this is a very fun gameplay mechanic, honestly. Golden Lock. Oh, interesting. I see. I assume that's probably it. Coat buttons. I don't know that he would do anything about his coat buttons, but yes.
What the? What's this? It looks like a cascade of stunning golden locks. No, the colour is not the point. The point is, what's it doing on the back of Mr. Roylet's head? How is it growing out from underneath his thick black hair? Well, yes, that's true. So it's stunningly beautiful and stunningly surprising. Something's definitely not right here.
Yes!
Very fun presentation here. Oh, this is cute.
You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks you sport.
Ah, indeed. You've identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man.
You're not a man at all. You're a woman, judging from the length and sheen of your hair.
One still very much in her youth.
Oh no! If only I'd managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected.
The question then begged is this: how would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. You have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity. The article about the revolutionary.
Well, that was a shock. I had no idea that old man was really a young woman in disguise, did you?
What?
Why are you staring at me like that? Yes, it was a surprise. Naruhodo-san, you're enjoying this, aren't you?
Sorry?
You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room deducing the facts with Mr. Sholmes. I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. It's just strictly business, not strictly... Yes, I understand. Say no more. Well, anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now. No, that's true, given that Mr. Roylet is actually a woman.
Exactly. He, or rather she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary.
I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now.
Yes.
Let's switch the evidence with something else. Something that fits the facts as we now understand them.
For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently.
Aha! Alright, I'll do my best. Okay, yes.
Yes!
Ahaha!
The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina.
That's right. You've hit the nail on the head.
The Furious WC with the 2. I love how little prompting Naruhodo needs to bawl.
Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It appears we're finally able to address you by your true name.
Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina.
Miss Nikolina Pavlova.
Okay, so it's very funny because at first I was like, okay, so this is a person in disguise, or like, you know, I thought they were gonna do the Russian accent, but then it's like, oh, it's a person in disguise, and also you have the name of this, you know, this Holmes character, so it was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go over to the British, but now it's like, no, that's a Russian woman. So, never mind. Wow.
You're right. My real name is Nina. I mean, Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone.
She had a fake British accent for her disguise. Fair enough, fair enough. Rebellion Spark 128 with the 2. I need Naruhodo doing the specialist dance now.
Now, as for my second conclusion, you are at this very moment on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime? Over there. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. And I assure you, the eye speaks so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth.
Specialist, yeah. I just... Specialist. It was just, you know, it was just fun to say.
The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. Proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. This woman is the ballerina. She's right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, they did say earlier that she was 15.
So clearly she can't be inside that traveling case as well.
No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all.
In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can see I'm going to have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again.
Ryunosuke, what do you mean? In which case? Clearly, it's in this case.
You seem to look pleased, Naruhodo-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes?
Stop it. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman's up to.
I mean... yeah. Let's see... ha ha ha!
Wow, look at this dazzling tiara. Never seen anything like it. Are those real diamonds, do you think? Oh, Naruhodo-san, try it on.
What? Me? Isn't it usually girls who wear tiaras? Wouldn't you like to try it on?
Oh no, I couldn't possibly. It's far too beautiful.
Does this tiara look familiar?
Come on, Ryunosuke, put on the fucking tiara. Don't be a coward.
I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently.
Yes!
Proof of your crime. Surely this tiara. I believe this tiara is worn on. I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich Ballet, is it not? Indeed. It would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in the newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. Summary. The crime you've committed is theft.
Oh no.
Yes, you left your ballet troupe, unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you.
I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone and I need money. But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia. It belongs to me.
This girl is only 15 years old. She's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely.
All right, I will tell you everything. There is no point in hiding it now.
Come, come. Let us not be hasty.
What?
There remains one unsolved mystery about you.
Mystery? What do you mean?
You staunchly refuse to open this travelling case of yours in our presence. It's reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish for it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there's no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case even before I've ever laid eyes on them. Dear me. We're not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Careless kudo... Oh my god. Kudeo... betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. You're really fond of that phrase, furtive glance, aren't you? Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case, written in the books on the shelf.
Hey, why are they in the exact same... Like, they're toppled over the exact same way as the ones in Cosmo's cabin as well. Just call it Coop Oil and call it a day.
He's completely changed tack with his deduction. I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you?
Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all of this? It's just a wild guess, surely.
Oh, do you think so?
Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her.
Yes, that's true, but still. Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself.
And there has to be another reason why she won't open her case. It must be somewhere in the same area. That's why her gaze was involuntarily drawn.
I agree. That's the only answer.
What she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase.
Okay.
Let's see.
These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Beria. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
Aha!
It's exactly the same notice in our cabin, too. I wonder what happens if you break the rules.
Oh dear, I'm sure the punishment would be severe, Naruhodo-san. You'd probably be left adrift in the freezing cold ocean, or shut inside a tiny wardrobe for days on end.
So I've actually been serving time for weeks now, have I?
Yes!
Yes. The reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. This is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time. No weapon or other dangerous item will move of its own accord. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your travelling case... the last item listed is forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage. A pet!
That was fun. I quite like this mechanic. I think this is a really nice addition.
So clearly you aren't who you said you were.
No, I am not Grimsby Roylott. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct.
You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel. Which couldn't have been easy. Birdie is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Could she really have snuck on board without being noticed? In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. You intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone. So, if it was just you, about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? That veritable tinkling of a bell? Why, none other than this young lady, naturally. Like a full set of pipes, if you ask me.
I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself, so no one would recognize me. As a result, you transformed yourself into that questionable old man? I see. I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then, just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper, right on the page, there was a picture of me. I was so frightened. I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me.
So that would explain very well why Ryunosuke hasn't really even heard any rumblings in the other room, because she's been really trying to be quiet and just draw no attention to herself.
So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and...
At the precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door.
Things happen like that sometimes, don't they?
Things do indeed happen like that, from time to time.
Are those two even talking about the same thing? There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? You were right. It is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say it to any of the crew...
Your secret's safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us in as much detail as you can muster about the events of last night.
Friend inside! Deltarune! Toy Story! Fucking god damn it.
Yes, all right. I will tell you. Well, Mr. Naruhodo? Wasn't it something Mr. Sholmes' great deduction? Oh, wasn't it something Mr. Sholmes' great deduction? I see.
Fuck you. It was certainly something, yes. I'm just not entirely sure what. At least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed, it is incredible. Ah, and one more thing. Oh, yes? What? Observe your wrists.
Are they back on?
Your hands are cuffed again.
What? But how?
True to my word, I've restored your shackles.
When? Why?
There's still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo.
I think, honestly, now that I think about it, though, it's like, oh my god, why did you only take off my cuffs for a little bit? It's like, you know, oh, so you can help me with the deduction or whatever, but it's like, so we didn't have to animate another version of Naruhodo's fucking deduction animations, but with cuffs on.
I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment.
Can't it? Really?
Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about in his diary really was.
Okay. Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one last night?
One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast.
The man who died, he was a friend of mine.
Oh.
I don't know why I did that in British.
Oh. Not oh.
That's when we're trying to find out what happened. Why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night?
Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example. Perhaps people talking.
Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened.
Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us? I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me.
Oh, see. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet?
Yes, I'm traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. I'll never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life.
Sorry, I just had to take a sip of water. Actually, I'm gonna take another one real quick, too. Whew. Okay. Wish to forget? Challenging proposition. You have that striking tiara as a reminder.
But the tiara is mine! I need it to live! I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet gives us only a little food and water. We must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me. So you ran away to protect yourself? Yes. And the crew of this ship, they've all been kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in this cabin.
If that's indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum.
Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Me? Oh, well, yes, of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. To what conundrum, I'm not sure, but... Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet.
Oh, you've also read Homestuck?
No, God, please, please. It's too early for that. Now, being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, the SS Buria stopped by no port last night.
That's it, of course.
Gab. So, how is it, pray, that you come to be aboard?
Now that I think about it, crewmen outside of the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of this cabin came aboard.
That is not your business.
Yes, you're right. It did seem to be hiding something.
An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage.
Sorry? What was that?
It is how the Russian newspapers described one of my performances. And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens because I am an angel.
Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid.
Mr. Sholmes once said, I never can resist a touch of the dramatic. Seems Miss Pavlova is the same.
A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement. For the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, in fact. Yes, Mr. Sherry. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova's going to tell us about what really happened. So, the friend you mentioned is inside your travelling case, is that right?
I don't think animals are allowed on board according to the rules of passage. Oh, please, don't tell any of the crew. If they found my precious...
Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt. So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes.
It's very interesting. It's like, oh, they're all so nice to me. They were so friendly. They took me in like one of their own. But if they found the dog in my briefcase, they would throw me into the ocean.
What sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy?
It is, isn't it? Oh, so that means it's not gonna be a dog then. She can't be right on the first guess.
Maybe an adorable little rabbit? Ha! Credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you? Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then? You may well ask. I have no idea. Two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken!
Really?
Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs, and when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance. So you'd eat your friends. I'll remember that. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret not to be revealed. She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it.
Okay. Then, in that case...
This is the diary of my friend who passed away.
His diary?
Yes, and he wrote in it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 AM. I can hear a faint whistling sound. Then, a few minutes later, 1:35 AM. It looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Speckled band? I don't understand.
It's strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he means joins to this cabin, you see. It's up there on the wall.
In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together. Oh! Miss Pavlova? Has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps? No. I don't know anything.
Oh.
Excuse me, Mr. Royland.
Yes, what? Oh, she's fast.
Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain's quarters at once. Please.
Alright, I will come now.
What?
You must leave now.
Oh, no, it's fine. Don't mind us.
Yes, please don't worry yourself, Mr. Roylet.
Get out! The passenger said out, or you want me to throw you out!
Looks like we'll have to leave investigating this cabin until later.
What a pity.
I am old man. I am an old man. Oh, I'm so... Oh, my back creak. Oh, my back hurts. So we lost our chance. We've still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin. We were unceremoniously chased out.
I am old man, I am 34! Sholmes is like, hey, wait a minute!
That is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside.
Alright. Well, well, well. Yeah. I was thinking about that. I hate to be that guy, but we're at the halfway point. If you're only doing a part 1 today, this is a good place to stop. So yeah, I was thinking of, yeah, just doing that, so, because I, like, you know, I didn't necessarily want to do as long of a stream today anyway, because I am fucking tired. But, yeah, pretty good so far. I quite enjoy this case so far. Hold on. Let me get back to the menu here. But we will be looking at art in just a second. Back to title. No, I don't need to do that. I just saved. Oh, hey, the changing title screen. That's fun. Well, in any case, yes, we will look at art in just a second. To clarify, for those of you who weren't at last stream for the Fate finale, there is not going to be a Friday stream this week. I'm taking a break. And as for future stream dates, we'll figure it out. Right now, there are like a couple little things up in the air that I need to figure out with my schedule, so I'm not like 100% sure about everything, but hopefully we'll have streams next week. No promises though. But either way, it shouldn't be too long before we get back into the swing of things. But for now, let's go ahead and get art. I'm just gonna go to this window for now. So, give me one moment, and I will pull up any art that we have. We do have a couple of things. Let's see here. Okay. So, this. Let's check the Discord real quick to make sure if there's anything in there. There is not. Jack Howard 705 with the £5. Before I go, I'll put my money where my mouth is and say I unfortunately find Sholmes extremely attractive. Farewell and good night. I just had to throw money up for that one. Yeah, you know, fair enough. He's not exactly my type, but I see where you guys are coming from. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get up the window. Boop. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't really say it in a stream or on anything on YouTube, huh? By the way, I came out as a lesbian the other day, in case you didn't know. So there you go. I guess it didn't really surprise that many people, apparently, but... Anyway. But alright. So this art is from I Am a Det on Tumblr. I know Phoenix's first case was wacky, but compared to this it feels tame. It's just...
First case sure was hectic, but I managed to get my friend a not guilty sentence. Did she just ascend?
Jeez. I didn't know you came out, but I also didn't know you were ever in. Well, that's, yeah, I mean, I wasn't in necessarily. For the longest time, I just said that I was bi, because that's like, you know, I had always been like, well, I mean, you know, there are plenty of fictional men that I find cute, but the more I thought about it, the more I'm just like, okay, yeah, well, yeah, like, I like those very idealized traits of fictional men, and I've never really had the same attraction to like any real life men. So it was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, just the more I thought about it, the more it was like, this seems correct. So yeah. Anyway, from the same post. A fucking Sherlock Gnomes poster. God damn it. Oh man, this is fucking crazy. This is such a fucking good Photoshop. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know, March 23rd, we're like a 1 day less than a month out from the anniversary of that movie. fucking awesome. Christ. Anywho. Very good, very good. Well, thank you everybody for watching. I had a fantastic time with this stream. I'm really enjoying this game so far. I know like literally everyone has told me for years, oh, you better play Great Ace Attorney, you're really gonna like it. If you like the original trilogy, you're definitely gonna like Great Ace Attorney. And like, I figured that of course that was gonna be the case, but yeah, I mean, just like getting into it, especially being like, you know, a little bit further in than just the first case now, I'm like really, you know, it has been very fun to me, like coming back to Takami's writing style and being like, oh god, right. Remember when I was like actually super enthusiastic about Ace Attorney? It's a nice change of pace. Not that I like hated Dual Destinies or Spirit of Justice or anything, but I like had enough of my problems with them where it was like, you know, this is just kind of a breath of fresh air to me. So yeah, really looking forward to getting to more of this, and looking forward to streaming more of it for all of you in the future. But for now, that's it. So I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.